Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, I'm going to have to seriously consider moving to either Taiwan or Vietnam. And the reason for that is that uh, I find that I need to network more with people. Last week, I had an upset at work involving food allergies and various accommodations to such. You guys have been watching. I've been praying heavily for that. You know, my history tells me that every time I have brought up food allergy kind of accommodations at work, that's it. That's the beginning of the end of my job, if not the end, right? I have never had good fortunes with that. But then I went to see a friend that I met on Bumble, and I realized that there are other job opportunities out there, right? I really connected well with her, and I got to know her friends as well. And now I don't feel so scared anymore about the situation at work. Now, unfortunately, I wish I could be networking more. The cost of living here is not very conducive of networking all the time, right? When I was in Taiwan, I could actually afford to go out to eat more and just, not every time that I go out to eat do I start a conversation with the table next to me, but I did start quite a few of them. If I were living in Taiwan, I'd probably be in the know on a lot more stuff than I am here in the United States, right? Here in the US, unfortunately, it feels like quarantine never ended, right? I'm financially quarantined now, right? And So that's a big reason I really love Taiwan. I could actually afford to go out and network. Now, you sometimes listen to financial gurus, and they tell you to never go out to eat, right? Like Dave Ramsey will say that I don't want you to see the inside of the restaurant until your credit cards are paid off. What people forget is that the inside of the restaurant might be the best place to meet somebody to hit that career to pay off that credit card. And unfortunately, yeah, and I realize a lot of people can't afford to make that leap, right? Give you an idea how expensive of eating out is here in the United States. 8 years ago, I was in Poland. I had competed in a computer Olympiad conference in Amsterdam, and then I took a holiday in Poland. And I went to a restaurant in downtown Warsaw. And when I looked at the menu, I thought, wow, this is really inexpensive. But I was thinking in terms of euros because I just left Amsterdam and I thought that was really inexpensive. And then I realized it's actually Polish zloty. It was 5 times less expensive than what I thought was already inexpensive. That's what it was. And it doesn't make sense why we put such a wall. It feels like if you don't have the if you're not in the know and have connections, you are shut out of them, right? It really feels like that here in the United States. I did some reading, and Vietnam's also another good place to where the cost of going out to network is not too high. That's going to be a big consideration the next, even if I move within the United States, that's going to be a big consideration, whether or not it's going to cost a lot to have a social life. Because I now realize having a social life is a big um, investment in your career as well. It's not just personally. It's not just, oh my god, I like to have a good time on Friday night. No, it also it also determines the direction of your career and everything. Let's face it, as an artist, now that I make zinc art, a lot of whether or not I'm going to make money on this has more to do with networking than the how I do with my art, than how high the tariffs are. That's minor compared to how much of a network I have. Right, I can overcome the tariffs if I had a good enough network. Right. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.